The first scream didn't sound fake. That's what scared me. On Halloween night, everybody in our town was in costume. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was playing scare. But that scream, it cut through the street like glass. It didn't sound like, "Ah, I'm so scared, haha." It sounded like, "Help me now." I spun around, and that's when I saw her. Emma was standing in the middle of Maple Street in her red devil costume, horns, glitter, red face paint, black lipstick. But her hands were covered in blood up to the wrists. Real blood. Wet. Dark. Shiny. And right next to her, on the sidewalk, was Tyler. Tyler wasn't moving. Everyone around us thought it was a joke. A really good trick. It was Halloween, so people were clapping and taking videos with their phones. Someone even yelled, "Yo, that looks real, dude!" and laughed. But I was standing close enough to hear the tiny sounds coming from Tyler's throat. I knew it wasn't a joke. Neither was the mask. Because the thing standing behind Tyler wasn't one of us. It was tall. Too tall to be anybody's dad. All black. Head tilted down, watching us. The mask it wore looked like a cheap plastic pumpkin face, but it wasn't orange. It was bone white, like old teeth. And something was wrong with its mouth. The smile was too wide, and it had these sharp lines cut up into the cheeks, like someone carved extra smile into it with a knife so it could smile bigger. The mask looked fun. The person under it did not. It had one hand on Tyler's shoulder, like it had just pushed him down. Slowly, it lifted its other hand up to its own mouth and did something I will never forget. It put one bloody finger where its lips should have been. SHHHH. That's when the streetlights went out. All at once. Every porch light, every pumpkin light, every plastic ghost that glows, everything. Pitch black. There were still kids in costumes all around us. Cowboys. Witches. Zombies. Pirates. So many masks. So many fake weapons. So many people pretending. And for a few seconds, in the dark, we didn't know who was who. That's when I felt a hand grab the back of my hoodie. Not gentle. Yanking. Hard. I couldn't see who had me. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream. All I could hear was chaos, feet running, people yelling, and somewhere way too close to my ear, that same slow, happy whisper, SHHHH. And then earlier that night, everything felt normal. It actually felt perfect. It was Halloween. It was cold enough to see our breath but not. "My face is frozen, please take me home." Cold. The sky was clear. The moon was huge. Every house on Maple Street was decorated. Giant spiders on roofs. Skeletons sitting in lawn chairs like they were just chillin'. Orange lights in the bushes. Fog machines on porches. Candy bowls everywhere. Me, Emma, and Tyler had been talking about this night for, like, a month. We were in 8th grade now, which means we were too old, basically, to walk around with little kids and ring doorbells and say, "Trick or treat," in a nice voice. But we were also not old enough to go to the high school parties, where people do dumb stuff and then get grounded for 6 years. So we made our own plan. We called it the last run. Here was the idea. We would go out like normal trick-or-treaters from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. Just like when we were younger. Get as much candy as possible. Say, "Thank you," and pretend to be sweet angels. Then at 8:15, we were going to meet up at Maple Street for the real part. The prank. See, Maple Street used to be busy, but like 3 houses there are empty now because the old people who lived there passed away and their kids haven't sold the houses yet. And one of those empty houses, 142 Maple, has a story. People say a clown used to live there. Not a party clown. Not a balloon clown. Not a kids like him clown. A weird clown. A man who painted his face and sat on his porch at night and just watched. People said he would wave at you without smiling. People said sometimes he had balloons even when it wasn't Halloween. Then one day the clown was just gone. No one knew where he went. And now the house is dark and empty and smells like wet wood and raccoon pee. Everybody at school says 142 Maple is haunted. Which is exactly why Tyler said we were going in. You know how many views this is gonna get? He kept saying. You know how many people are gonna freak out when they see us walking around inside Clown House? He even had his GoPro with him. He called it content. He said this video was gonna launch us. Emma rolled her eyes and said, "We're gonna get arrested." Tyler said, "You can't get arrested for just looking. Can you?" I said, "We probably can, but I'm still going in." That made Tyler grin. "See? That's why you're my favorite, Noah." "That's me. I'm Noah. I am not the brave one." That was a lie. Tyler was the brave one. He always went first. He always made us feel like, if he was smiling, then nothing could actually be that bad. He had that kind of laughter that makes other people start laughing even if they don't know why yet. Emma was the serious one. She's the girl who brings Band-Aids. Just in case. An Advil. Just in case. And an actual list of emergency numbers in her notes app. Justin, you get it. She also thinks everybody is lying, which honestly is smart. Me? I'm the one stuck in the middle. I'm scared of everything, but I don't like people knowing that. So I pretend I'm not. We met behind the Dollar Tree at 8:12. Emma was already there, sitting on the curb, tapping her foot. Her devil horns were lit up. She had black eyeliner and red glitter under her eyes like she cried lava. She looked cool. She always looks cool. "You're late," she said. "We're 3 minutes early," I said. "Tyler's late," she said. Tyler ran up a few seconds later wearing a cheap black robe and a fake skull mask he bought for like $10. He kept adjusting it because it didn't sit right on his face. "No full mask," Emma said immediately. "We said no full mask, Tyler." "Relax," he said. "It's not like there's cops hiding in the bushes waiting to shoot us for dressing spooky." Emma didn't laugh. "Okay," Tyler said softer. "Sorry. Too far. We always had rules on Halloween, even when we were 10. No weapons that look real. No masks that cover your whole face. Stay in lit areas. Stay together. Text back in less than 1 minute or Emma panic calls your mom. That last rule is not a joke. She did that to Tyler once. He still gets mad when we bring it up. Tonight though, Tyler didn't want rules. Tonight he was excited. Buzzing. Talking fast. "Listen," he said. "We're gonna sneak into 142 Maple. I'll film. Emma, you hold the light. Noah, you stay by the door in case someone comes. We'll go through the clown room, down the hall, up the stairs, show the camera that creepy mirror everybody talks about, and then we're out. 2 minutes done. Easy. No drama. We don't even touch anything." Emma crossed her arms. "And if someone's in there? Then we apologize and we leave and we don't die," Tyler said. "And if it's not someone," I said, "but like something?" Tyler grinned so hard his mask shifted. "Even better." We started walking toward Maple. The town felt different after 8 o'clock. Little kids were mostly home. Parents were pulling in plastic ghosts and blowing out candles. The street got quieter. The happy part of Halloween was ending. Now it was mostly older kids and teenagers. Louder. Meaner. The kind of kids who throw eggs and think it's funny. We stayed close. As we turned onto Maple Street, I felt it for the first time. That weird feeling. Like the air got heavier. Like the night was watching us. "Why is it so dark down here?" Emma whispered. She was right. The rest of the neighborhood had porch lights and those purple fake spiderweb lights and green laser dots on people's houses. But Maple Street looked wrong. Like somebody had put a shadow over it. 3 houses at the far end looked totally dead. No cars. No lights. No sound. Just black windows. 1, 2, 3. The third one was 142. Tyler lifted his GoPro. The tiny red light blinked on. "Okay," he whispered. and I could hear the excitement in his voice. This is it. The costumes were fun. Until they weren't. Don't say the title out loud, Emma hissed. You sound like a YouTuber. I am a YouTuber, Tyler whispered back. We walked up to the front yard of 142 Maple. The grass was long and wet and cold against my ankles. The porch boards looked soft and rotten, like if you stepped in the wrong spot your foot would just fall through and never come back. The front door was closed, but the lock was broken. You could see where somebody had kicked it in a long time ago. The wood around it was cracked like a mouth with missing teeth. Tyler reached out. His hand was shaking, but just a little. He pushed the door. It opened. The smell hit us first. Old carpet. Something sweet and rotten. Something like costume makeup and dirty water and something else I don't want to name. Emma covered her nose. Nope. No. I'm not going in there. I'm serious. Tyler turned to her. 2 minutes. I promise. Just film the hallway. You don't even have to step in. Noah and I will go upstairs. We'll be fast. I didn't like that plan. At all. But I also didn't want to be the one who said no. So I nodded. And that's when we heard it. From inside the dark house. From somewhere deep in there. From the second floor, maybe. Laughter. Not kid laughter. Not happy laughter. This slow, crackly laugh. Like someone trying to copy a laugh they heard on TV. But getting it just a little bit wrong. Tyler's smile dropped. Emma's eyes got huge. I felt cold all over. Because the laugh wasn't coming from a normal voice. It was coming from behind a mask. And it was not alone. The laugh didn't stop. It just kept going. Soft, shaky, but steady, like someone was testing out how a laugh was supposed to sound. Too slow. Too breathy. It drifted down the staircase, through the rotten wood smell, through the empty air of the house, and landed right in our bones. Tyler, Emma whispered, frozen by the door. Tell me you heard that. He didn't answer. Because he wasn't standing next to us anymore. He was halfway inside the house, GoPro still blinking red. Tyler! I hissed. Come back! He turned his head just enough for the mask to catch the moonlight. I told you, he said quietly. It's just some older kids trying to scare us. Come on. He took another step inside. The floorboards groaned under his weight. Emma's hand gripped my sleeve so tight it hurt. If you go in there, she whispered, you're both idiots. But I already knew I was going in. Because if I let him go in alone, and something really happened, I wouldn't forgive myself. So I swallowed the knot in my throat and followed. The air inside 142 Maple felt heavy. Every sound was louder: the crunch of wood, the buzz of the camera, the tiny drip of water somewhere in the walls. It was like the house was alive and breathing. The living room was a mess. Torn wallpaper. A broken TV. Old furniture covered in white sheets. And on one of those sheets in dark brown streaks were handprints. Please tell me that's paint, Emma whispered. Tyler didn't answer. He just filmed it. There was a clown doll sitting on the dusty couch. Its face was cracked down the middle, like it had been dropped and glued back together. One eye was missing. The other was staring right at us. And then the front door slammed shut. Emma screamed. Tyler spun around, camera jerking. Who's there? He shouted. Silence. Then, a single tap 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 came from upstairs. Someone's up there, I said, my voice shaking. No, Emma said. We're leaving. Now. But Tyler was already walking toward the staircase. Tyler, don't, I said, following him. We got enough footage. Let's go. He didn't even look back. He was whispering to his camera. This is insane. There's definitely someone here. If this is real. The stairs creaked with every step. I stayed close behind him, flashlight trembling in my hand. The walls were covered in old, torn posters, faded faces of clowns, circuses, carnivals. One poster still had a slogan on it. Put on a smile, forever. We reached the top of the stairs. The hallway was narrow, with 3 doors. The first one was open, a bathroom. The second one was closed. The third one was slightly cracked open, and from that one came a faint red glow. "Don't," Emma begged from the bottom of the stairs. "Please, Tyler. Don't open that door." He looked back at us once, just once, and then pushed it open. Inside was a bedroom, or what used to be one. The walls were painted white, but covered in hundreds of fingerprints. Child-sized. Red smudges. Every mirror in the room was shattered except one, a tall standing mirror in the corner. And in front of it stood a mannequin wearing a clown costume. The exact same one from the story. Red ruffled collar. Big buttons. White gloves. Tyler raised the camera slowly. Holy crap! The mannequin's head was tilted down. A mask hung on its face, that same carved grin, the two-eyed smile. Then the mask moved. Not the mannequin. The mask. Its jaw twitched, like someone underneath it was smiling. The GoPro flickered once, twice, then went black. Tyler took a step back. "Okay. That's not funny anymore," he said. "Emma? Noah? Someone's in the suit." I froze. Because the mannequin wasn't standing still anymore. It turned its head toward us. The sound it made was small, a tiny crack, like breaking a dry bone. And then it walked. Slowly. Carefully. Like it hadn't used its legs in a long time. Emma screamed from downstairs. "Run!" Tyler dropped the camera. We bolted for the stairs, nearly tripping over each other. The thing behind us was moving faster now, feet scraping the wood, the clown mask grinning wider with every step. Halfway down, Tyler stumbled, his foot caught a loose board and he crashed to his knees. I reached for him, but before I could grab his arm, something cold clamped around his ankle and yanked him back up the stairs. He screamed, kicking, clawing at the wood. I grabbed his hands. Emma grabbed mine. But whatever had him was strong. Too strong. "Don't let go!" he shouted. "Don't let go of me!" We didn't. Not until we heard it. That laugh again. Closer now. And whispering right above us. "SHHHH." Emma screamed and let go. Tyler's hands slipped from mine. He was gone. Just like that. Dragged into the dark. We didn't see him again for 6 minutes. And those 6 minutes felt like forever. We ran out of the house and down the street, crying, shaking, begging for help, but nobody believed us. Everyone thought it was a prank. Until the door to 142 Maple creaked open again. And Tyler walked out. But he wasn't wearing the skull mask anymore. He was wearing the clown costume. And the mask smiled wider than ever.